Okay, so today then is cumulative frequency part 1. If you're looking for box and whisker plots or interquartile range, then that'll be part 2. Okay, so today it's just a complete introduction to cumulative frequency. So that word cumulative. So if something accumulates, if like a bank account accumulates interest over a period of years, or if a room accumulates dirt, therefore gets filthier and filthier as time gets on. Therefore, to accumulate, we have to add up as we go. So we'll remember that for later on. So let's have a question. This frequency table gives information about the ages of 60 teachers. So I have got these symbols here, okay, these crocodiles that you've seen in primary schools. So just to recap what they mean, okay, so I've got this symbol here then, so it's going to be greater than 20, but less than or equal to 30. You'll notice that the age in years is that A in the middle there. So greater than 20, but less than or equal to 30. Remember that crocodile's double chin means or equal to. So if that teacher was 30 years old, it would be in this top one here. It wouldn't be in the second one because it would be greater than 30. So if the teacher was 30 spot on, we'd have to go into this top one because it's less than or equal to 30. And then, so we have to complete this cumulative frequency table. So between the ages of 20 and 30, we have a frequency of 12. That's exactly the same as what we've got on this top table. Now, this next one, to go from 20 to 40, I've got two numbers. So I have to add them up. So I've got 12 and 15 to make 27. Remember what we said? Cumulative, to accumulate, add up as we go. So add as we go. So to get from 20 now to 50, I've got three numbers. Well, these two numbers are 27. Let's add the 18 on to make 45. 20 to 60 now. I've got another 12. So let's add the 12 on to make 57. From 20 to 70, I've got an extra 3. So let's add the 3 on. How do I know that that 60 is correct? In the question, we have the information about the ages of 60 teachers. Therefore, I know I'm right. If that had a different number, okay, check your adding up. I'm guaranteed there'll be a mistake there somewhere. Right, so these numbers here, this 20, that's where our information starts. Okay, so that is going to be our starting value on our graph. And when it comes to plotting these, okay, these numbers here, these will be our y values. Okay, remember with the graph, x and y's, x across, y's going up. These are our y values. There's one going up the side of the graph. When it comes to these numbers here now, we're going to be using this upper boundary here. Okay, this upper value. Okay, we're going to use that as our x values. So therefore, we can now use these to plot the coordinates on a cumulative frequency graph. So starting value was 20. So what I'm going to do on here, starting value is 20. Oh, there we are. Well, even on our graph, they've put the 20 there as our first value on the x-axis for us. Be careful though, that's not always the case. Wherever the starting value is on our cumulative frequency table, make sure you put a cross there on the 0 for the cumulative frequency on the y-axis. That's where we start. So now for that upper value then, so I've written these down on a piece of paper earlier. So the upper value here is 30, so the cumulative frequency was 12. So at 30, we're going to go up 12, but I need to be careful with the scale. Okay, now be careful. Well, I've got 10 little squares to make 10 as a value. So therefore, obviously I've got up in ones. So it's got to be a little bit easier for us for this question. So at 30, let's go up 12. At 40, we're now going to go up to 27. So 40, 25, 26, 27. At 50 then, we've got 45. 45. At 60, we have 57. So across to 60, up to 50. There's 55, 56, 57. And then at 70, we have 60. So there's my cumulative frequency graph, nearly finished. But there are my coordinates all plotted there. Okay, you'll notice it's, if we were to join them up now, it'd be like a shallow S sort of shape. And you'll notice that with all cumulative frequencies, they do give like a shallow sort of S shape. Now, with joining these up, you can do it in two different ways. Okay, you could have a flowing line where you just get a pencil and you start at the top or the bottom and you just do one go. Okay, none of this shade and sort of stuff, just one continuous flowing line. Or you could join them up with a ruler, completely up to you. Now, I'm going to use a ruler. And I'm even going to use a different colour pen just to join these up, okay? So make sure when you're drawing these graphs, you use a pencil, a sharp pencil at that, and a ruler. Okay, and you'll notice I'm not doing any shaded lines, they are just one straight line every single time between the points. So that there is a cumulative frequency graph drawn from a cumulative frequency table. So whilst we're here, let's work out the median. Okay, so look at the previous videos, the median is the middle value. Middle then, well, I've got my biggest value being 60 and my smallest value being 0. Therefore, I'm going to be using this 30 to calculate the median. 30 is not the answer to the median. The median age of these 60 teachers, use the 30, go across to the line, and then work your way down to the ages and following it very carefully. You can see there, I've got 41 years. Now, our lines might be slightly different. Yours will be more accurate because you've got a thinner pencil than what I've got on the board. You will get a mark for either age, okay? So you could have like one either side. So if I work out as 40, you could get your mark for 40 or 42. But obviously yours will be a bit more accurate than what I've got here. It's more of just an example on here. So the median age is 41 years. So cumulative frequency, you have a table like this. Not all questions will give you a blank table. Sometimes you've got to draw it yourself. Be careful, obviously cumulative, add up as we go. Starting value is your X values, which is the bigger number here. Then these are your Y values, okay? Plot the points, use little crosses with a sharp pencil and ruler, and then join them up for the median. Find your biggest value, smallest value, then find the middle, dotted line with a ruler to the line, and then straight down to find the median. Hope that helps.